He's the prediction king, baby. That's
What's
right.
good?
What's going on with everybody? Man, we had a
Um,
good night of boxing, huh? Knockout. Man.
yeah, man, it was a good weekend. It was some good fights Friday, some
Mm.
good fights yesterday. You know, my type of weekend. We got. I don't know how many of y'all is into the Jurassic Park, but I'm taking the family to see Jurassic Park later on today. So shit,
Ooh, ooh,
we
yeah, I
having a
like.
good ass weekend, man. Yeah, we having a good ass weekend this weekend, man. Got all our picks right, so we made a little money. So hey, man,
Oh
can't complain
wow,
this weekend. Very happy this weekend.
man,
Very happy, man.
man, that's good. That's 2 weeks. That's 2 weeks in a row, right?
No, we missed one last week. I forgot which one it was. We got all the big ones right. We missed some undercard last week. It was
Okay,
man, who the hell
okay,
was it, bro?
but
I'm
we
trying
got.
to look it up.
But hey, don't forget we got Peterbian next week and Joe Smith. Mm.
Yeah, that's gonna be fire. That's
Oh
gonna be
yeah.
fire. I can't wait to watch. I can't wait to watch that fight. I want to see who they put on that card. I know Bruce Carrington,
Mhm.
Shoo Carrington. He gonna be on the card. I think Jaheed
Mm.
Tucker. There's some good prospects on that card, man. It's gonna be a damn good card, and that one right there, I guarantee you this. I don't know who I'm picking yet, or I don't know who y'all think gonna win the Viterbi Joe Smith Jr. fight. I can guarantee you this: it ain't going the distance. Oh, that's another one on the Abraham Nova versus Robeisy Ramirez. That's the co-main event on that card.
Oh
That is going to be
wow,
a
man.
very good fight, man. A
Yes.
very good fight.
Well, BC, man, he's something else, man. So, all right, all right. Let's see who all in here so far. I think everybody should be getting their notifications by now. All right, we got my man Rector underscore since 91. What's going on with you, brother? All right, we got my man Shot Town Finance back in the building. All right, we got Macadam Mac of the South is up in here. All right, and we got my man Bole. Yes, sir. Great fight. Yeah, it is. All right. All right, man. Let's get it started, man. And everybody just start coming in, like
Yes, sir.
Darren Deloach. All right. Salute to Darren Deloach. What's going on with you, Darren? All right. And
So,
we got Zach too. Sorry about
Zach,
that.
what up, Zach B? What
All
up,
right.
Zach B?
Okay.
Real quick, before we get to the fights, I
Yes, sir.
want to talk to you about Tyson Fury, man. Because I
Okay.
don't really care a lot about Tyson Fury, so I want to get his ass out the way, to be real with you. NBA D Nice, what's up? But Tyson Fury, so a report came out that he was in negotiations to fight the winner of Alexander Usyk and Anthony Joshua because their rematch is supposed to be finalized.
Hmm.
Tyson Fury has since come out and denied that he's in negotiations to fight Alexander Usyk, Anthony Joshua winner. What do you think? What do you think? You think he's in negotiations? You think he lying? What's your thoughts on that, man? Make sense of this whole Tyson Fury. Is he negotiating? Is he retired? Is he looking to fight again? What you think, OG?
Well, you know what? I think he's retired semi kind of because Eddie Hearn came out and said that it depends on certain situations and the contract. So I don't know. It could be a lie, but I don't think he's lying because I don't think he's for sure. Because
Mm,
like I say, Eddie Hearn's just waiting. I don't know what they're doing. They're waiting, and of course, I think he can beat Anthony Joshua. But as far as Alexander Usyk, I think he's too big to fight Usyk. Usyk can move and get in and get out, and use his angles, and so he can beat him all day long. But I think Tyson Fury just don't want to fight anymore. I think he's pretty much complacent right now. But
mm.
he is a big liar, and that's what Top Rank does. So or I'm sorry, or Queensberry Promotions does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, you the last thing you said, that's what I always stick with me about Tyson Fury. I was able to get a lot of shit right on him last year. Just basically like
Mhm.
going off the opposite. Like I believe you can trust a liar. You can
Right.
trust a liar to lie to you. So whatever he say, I just believe the opposite and I be right. So that's why I'm at with him. So if he say that he retiring, his ass
Uh-huh.
ain't retiring because you see he still got that WBC belt. He ain't dropped that hoe. He ain't informed
Right.
them. He ain't wrote them a letter. He ain't told Suleiman that he retiring and shit. So that shit turned out to be a lie, right? Because
Right.
why he still got the belt? If he
Exactly.
was retiring, they have somebody fight for the vacant belt.
Right.
Secondly, he was telling us, "Hey man, I got the deal done with Anthony Joshua. I just talked to the Prince of Saudi Arabia. I like, nah, you a liar. I don't believe you. Turned out that shit was a lie.
Yeah,
So
that was right.
right now, when he's saying I'm not negotiating, I don't know what they talking about. I'm not in negotiations to fight the winner. That's a
Mm-hmm.
lie, bro. That's a flat out lie. He in negotiations because he ain't
Right.
dropped this belt yet, and he got to be crazy. Like I don't care how much millions you get, a chance to make 40 or 50 million more. Like ain't nobody turning it down, bro. Especially at no 30, 32, 33 years old. He's still young for a heavyweight.
Mm-hmm.
He's still young as shit for a heavyweight. So one more training camp to fight the winner of that fight. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
think Usyk is a tougher matchup with his feet
You're
and
right.
his, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, his boxing ability. He'll be a tougher matchup for Tyson. But if Anthony Joshua was able to beat Usyk, oh man, Tyson Fury be chomping at the bit to fight that dude, man.
Oh yeah. Oh
Like
yeah.
40, $50 million. That should be that'd be such easy work, man. So I believe he lying, OG. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think he in negotiations. He just
Mm-hmm.
waiting to see who the winner is because I think he prefer it be Joshua because that get him more money in his pocket because Joshua's more well known. He's the
Okay.
biggest star. You know what I'm saying? UK on UK. I think Usyk is the better fighter, but coming out of Ukraine, he ain't got much of a fan base other than us diehard boxing fans that really
Mm-hmm.
know him and know who he is and how good he is. But Joshua is the one that the casuals will come watch. He got the
Mm-hmm.
power, so they'll think that he got a shot. And when you and I probably both know in reality of those two, Usyk
Mm-hmm.
probably give Tyson Fury a tougher fight because he's more mentally strong. He seems to be more durable, and he ain't backing down from shit. Whereas you just worry the moment that Tyson Fury touch Anthony Joshua, the worry is that his ass probably go to sleep or just fold up and try to
Mm-hmm.
start surviving and not really fighting back, and then end up getting his ass stopped. So
Exactly.
that's my thoughts on it, man. I think he is negotiating with him, and I think he gonna come back for the winner, bro. Because even if it's Usyk, it won't be as big as Joshua, but he can still make 30 million, $40 million off that fight. I mean, he just got paid like 30 something million to fight
Right.
Dillian White, bro.
Exactly. And you're not
So
gonna
it'll be
pass. Right.
yeah, it'll be for undisputed and shit. They'll be able to sell that. So I think he coming back. Like I don't think he ever left. I don't think he fully retired. I don't believe people retire until they start dropping belts and shit.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
just,
That's
that's
what
just
I
what I
think
think.
too. Yep.
Yeah.
Look here. We got almost 40, 50 people in here. We only got 13 likes.
I
Man,
know.
y'all smash the like button, please. All right.
I know
Show
we
some
ain't
love.
got 30 something haters. They still waking up, man. Y'all wake up and
Man,
smash the like button. It's
I know
free.
y'all hung over. I know I did a good job all day yesterday, but come on.
It's free.
Hit that like button.
It's
I'll
free.
watch it. All
Cash
right.
apps and super chats cost money, but the like button is free, my
Yes,
people.
sir. All right.
Kano,
All
what's
right.
up with you, bro?
Yes,
Kano,
sir.
what we gotta talk about you, boy. We gonna get to Berlanga, cause man,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
man, say, bro, say he was biting
Yeah.
people and shit, man. Say, bro, Berlanga out here tripping. Let's go to the zone card first. It's really only one fight we want to
Okay.
cover for y'all, man. That's the Jaime Munguia versus quarterback Jim Kelly. OG, what you got on that fight, man? Jim Kelly was outboxing Jaime Munguia till he wasn't, man.
Man.
What you got on that
Uh,
fight?
man, let's smash the like button, y'all. It still ain't moved. Okay, but Jaime McGee, he's calling out Jamal Charlo, of course, and but he's not ready for Jamal Charlo. I don't think he's ready for no big names right now. I think Jaime McGee, he starts off very fast, and I think too fast. And yes, he has a great 1-2, and that's it. Jaime Gill, I think they pretty much overstepped their bounds with him. They put him in there with okay fighters, but they're not top level fighters, and that is hurting him. That's hurting him his boxing brand. That's hurting his accolades. That's hurting him as a fighter because he's not going to get no better. The way he's fighting now is the way he's gonna be fighting next week, next month, and next year because they're not stepping him up. And I get it. I know what Oscar's trying to do. Oscar's trying to build a next star, but you can't build a next star by sitting there and not letting him move. And Jaime Gill was getting slapped around at the beginning of the fight. He was pretty much, and see, he has a habit. A lot of Hispanic fighters, I'm not going to say all of them. A lot of Hispanic fighters have a way of doing this, rolling with their punches, doing this, you know. But when the judges look at that, they think you're getting hit, but you're not. You're trying to roll with the punches so they won't land flush. But Jaime Gill, he always take a nice little punishment, then he come back and get the win. But see, you want to see him in there. If it takes longer, let it take longer. But you want to see him in there with some top competition, or not top competition, but better competition. Because you're gonna
Yeah.
have to move a fighter. One thing about a knockout, man, you gotta move a fighter, but you gotta move him slowly. All right, you gotta move him slowly, but you gotta move him methodically. It's a method to this, and that's one thing they're not doing with Jaime McGee. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, that's one thing that I would like to see him pretty much challenging Jamal Charlo. And, I know Jamal right now will overwhelm him because he's bigger, he's stronger, but still in all, Jaime McGee got a lot of work to do. He's still
Yeah.
got a
Yeah.
lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He damn sure do. Stormy, Chef Sosa, Omega, you stupid, bro. Jelly Bean, what up? Bro, like, so first of all, Jaime Munguia, man, he get hit really, really easy by guys that are not supposed to be on his level. Like, I want people to understand, like, you look at the box rate, it'll say knockout, round 4, round 5, whatever it was, but he was literally getting outboxed the whole goddamn fight
Mhm.
by a domestic level UK fighter. And I mean, no disrespect to Jim Kelly. Like, he was 26-2. He already had 2 losses at the domestic level. This was his first step up to the world level. And
Mhm.
he just straight was outboxing Jaime Munguia until he wasn't, bro. And Jaime Munguia, he caught him with a big shot. He got big power. But my issue is, and you said move him slowly, OG. Like, he
Uh,
got 40 fights, bro. How
he
much?
right,
He
right.
got he got 40 fights, bro. How slow they gonna move this man? this,
Uh,
this man
you ain't
moving
even moved
slower
an
than
inch
a damn
though in 40
plug, bro. He
fights.
got 40 fights, bro.
He ain't moved
40.
an inch. See,
Yeah,
what I
they
was,
moving that man a centimeter at a time, bro.
and some of them was in Mexico.
Yeah,
Both
bro.
of
So
them,
he moving very, very slow. And the biggest red flag to me, like the biggest thing is when he was at 160 in his fight before this one against Demetrius Ballard, he got the knockout. He walked through Demetrius Ballard, but he damn
Uh,
near died. He damn near fainted trying to make weight, bro.
uh,
This man passed out. They were fanning his ass, doing all kind of shit, trying to get him to make weight. Then hold up. Then this was supposed to be at super middleweight. This supposed to be at super middleweight. So he moving up. He can't make weight. I don't know what the diet is, bro. I don't know if he got a nutritionist, but the best thing Oscar De La Hoya can do for him, get that man somebody to help him make weight, healthy nutritionist. Cause bro, that's a red flag that this fight had to be at 168 and shit. Cause you was negotiating with Charlo. You was
mm,
negotiating with Daniel Jacobs. That mean your ass should have already been in camp, right? You knew a fight was coming.
uh,
You knew
right.
a fight was coming, and your ass still had to move up to 168. Now you talking about going back down to 160, bro. Jaime
Man.
Munguia got, and he looked very soft. And I
Uh,
don't know if y'all noticed, he looked very soft in the gut in this fight. Like, bro, I don't know if it's too many tamales, too many fucking enchiladas and shit. I don't know if he eating tostones and fucking burrito taco. I don't know what he eating, bro. Rice
uh,
and beans. I don't know, but somebody need to get over there, bro, and help that man, help that young man, bro.
mm,
Help him make weight. And when you see a catch weight at the last minute like this, or you see a catch weight for a fight, you got to look at the A side because the B side can't negotiate that shit. Jim Kelly didn't come over here like, yeah, man, the fight got to be at 165 and shit because, you know what I'm
mm,
saying, I can't make 160. Now, Jaime Munguia and them was like, look, man, we got to have this shit at the catch weight. I think I can cut down to 165. I don't know if I can get all the way to 160 for this one. So what is he doing in camp with Eric Morales, Hall of Fame fighter? Like, what y'all doing, bro? Why this young man
right.
can't make weight? So that was a huge red flag to me. I was not impressed with the performance. But with Jim Kelly's lack of experience, I knew it was only a matter of time. But let's not at all be lost on us that Jaime Munguia was getting outboxed. He couldn't cut the ring off. He was following Jim Kelly around everywhere. Then he was getting
Exactly.
outboxed by Jim Kelly
Yep.
damn near the
Exactly.
whole fight. Now, I want
Mm,
to stay on Jaime Munguia. I wanted to ask you something because he was talking about your boy. He was
mm,
all up on your boy. He talking about Jamal Charlo.
uh,
He says, look, I think this was after the fight that he just had last night. This is a post fight. He
mm,
say, I think this fight helped me out a lot. I'm ready to go back to 160 to fight for a world title or move up to 168. I'm ready for any challenge. There are a lot of people who are supporting me. I want to say what Oscar said for Charlo to grow some balls and stop hiding behind Heyman. I think it would be great for boxing. We hope that by the end of the year, we can get a big fight. OG, what's your response to that, man? What you think of old Jaime telling Jamal to grow some balls, man?
Man, let me tell you, Jaime and Oscar. Oscar, he already blew it 3 times. All right, he already blew 3 fights, and I'm talking about the Madison Randall and Taylor fight, Tank and Ryan Garcia fight, and now this fight. It's not going to materialize because Jamal is not. Well, then again, let me change that because Jamal will bite. He will bite off of this because Jamal like to go back and forth. That's what the Charlos do. But let your talking do it in the ring. And right now, I think they should make that fight. I think Jamal needs to have a name, even though Muhammad McGear is not that top 160 pounder, but at least he can go in there and fight Jaime McGear. And Jaime McGear does have a name. Besides sitting there and trying to negotiate with Benavidez and Canelo at the same time. So if I fight Benavidez, can I get Canelo too? Listen, leave Canelo alone. Go ahead and make your lane and make Canelo come to you if that's important to you. But still in all, I think he needs McGear. And I think he needs McGear more than McGear needs him because he need to do something. Now, Jamel, he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's a undisputed champion, and now, and we'll talk about that later. But now, but Jamal needs McGear. He needs him right now, like yesterday. So I will go ahead and make that fight. Now I know we talking about Oscar De La Hoya and we talking about Al Heyman. We talking about Steven Espinoza. They are not like besties. Okay, I get that, but this is business. This is business right now, and we talking about financial business. So they have to go ahead and swallow their pride and make the fight. But if I'm again want to go in there and fight a big guy like Jamal Charlo with a big long stick, go ahead on. So I'm all for it. Talk is cheap. Talk has always been cheap. And so,
Facts.
I would love to see, hey, show me something. I'm like Robert Bird, the referee. Show me something. So go in there and make the fight. That's what I think.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I just hate, man, I hate Oscar, when Oscar De La Hoya and Jaime Munguia, like, bro, y'all realize that, like, we know that PBC made y'all an offer for that fight, and you messed it up. So what are you talking about, bro?
Right. They
Like
want
your
the zone
promoter,
again. I'm sorry,
your promoter literally went to Al Heyman and asked for something that I need everybody in the chat to understand, bro. They asked for something that no one in the history of boxing has ever agreed to, bro. In order for them to just walk away from negotiations, they were like, "Yo, PBC, Al Heyman, look, man, we know that y'all are paying for all the purses, okay? We know that y'all made the offer and y'all paying for everything, but yo, let's let the zone telecast it too." No one does that, bro. You like Bob Arum is not paying for a top rank card and being like, "Yeah, y'all can show it on Fox." No one agrees to that shit, bro. So
Right.
how about you go talk to your own promoter, bro, and tell him like, "Yo, what happened with the fight that they made an offer? I was willing to agree to it. What happened to that shit?" So they always do that, bro. Like they always come with some bullshit to throw some salt in the game. Like I'm old enough to remember that y'all talking about y'all had Ryan Garcia versus Manny Pacquiao. Okay, I remember when you had Canelo Alvarez, he wasn't fighting nobody that we wanted to see him fight. I remember that Jenna Beck and Jaime Munguia was ordered by the WBO. Y'all turned that shit down. Before y'all was supposed to fight Jim Kelly, y'all was supposed to fight Daniel Jacobs at a catchweight. That shit fell through. So all these fights keep falling through, and Oscar De La Hoya is right there in the middle of it. But him and his fighters are telling everybody else that there's other people that are blocking fights. It's these other people that need to grow some balls. Like, bro, I'm not trying to hear none of that shit. At the end of the day, if you really feel that way, see, this is why they can do this shit with casual fans and shit. But people like you and me and a lot of people in the chat, you can't do this shit with me, bro, because I know that you're number one in the WBC. I know that the WBC is very friendly to your demographic. So I know you can just petition for them to order the fight.
Yeah.
You can just they don't really like Jamal Charlo because if they like Jamal Charlo, they wouldn't let Canelo. They wouldn't have created a belt for Canelo Alvarez called the franchise belt. So I know that if you Jaime Munguia, Oscar De La Hoya, if y'all petition the WBC to make you the mandatory as the number one contender, they'll make you as the mandatory. And guess what? It won't have shit to do with Al Heyman. He won't have to grow no balls. Jamal Charlo won't have to grow a pair. None of that shit will have to happen. All you have to do is go win the purse bid. You in the zone and they $1 billion that they got, go win the purse bid. You can really get the fight if you want it. I'm tired of all these people talking this shit, KQ. They need to show
Mhm.
me some action. Because he
Yeah.
can just write a letter. Hey, I'm the number one contender. Can you make me the mandatory and mandate this fight to Jamal Charlo? And then they can say yes or no. And if they
Right.
say yes, you get the piece of paper where they showed that they said yes. Hold that shit up to the camera since you like to talk so much and say, see, we did our part. They ordering the fight. What y'all gonna do? We want the fight. What's popping? You
Right.
can really do that. So I'm not trying to hear none of this shit they talking about, man. Not
Yeah.
not none of it, bro. Like Devin Haney eliminated all these excuses for these dudes, bro. When he took that
Mhm.
deal that he took, going over there and all that shit. Like now, I'm not trying to hear none of this talking this shit from these dudes, bro. Show me,
Mhm.
show me with your actions. Go to the
Exactly.
WBC. Cause get what? Guys with the name De La Hoya, Munguia, Valdez, Alvarez, Sanchez, they
Right.
love them, bro. They love them. So go through them. You don't
I
have to
agree.
worry about Al Heyman. You can go through them. Get the fight
Exactly.
order, bro. And that's really all I got on. I'm tired of all these dudes talking, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because look, Oscar know better. I mean, he been doing this long enough. He been a fighter. He's been a promoter. You know, good and well that you cannot say, okay, the zone. You know, we're gonna put this on our platform, on our app, and and we know that Jamal fights on Showtime. That's not gonna work. And he has the belt. It's just not gonna work. You know, come on, this shit don't change. You know, this has always been. You know, this always have been. It always will be. So I mean, so don't try to pull a fast because we want to get the zone in it because the zone is giving you a financial boost. Because
Mm-hmm.
Golden Boy, it don't have anything no more. They pretty much
Facts.
struggling. So that's why he want to get it in there. So or you want to duck but don't want to look like a duck. Which one is it? You know. So that's how I look at it too. So come on.
Already,
Yeah.
already. Man, let's talk about these heavyweights, OG. We talking about
Man.
Oscar and Al Heyman and Bob Arum. It's another promoter out there. He used to be the man, Don King. Don King had
Wow.
a card this weekend, bro. He
Yes,
had
he did.
the WBA regular title, man. Trevor Bryan versus
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Dubois. I told y'all this shit wasn't going past 5 rounds. And
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Dubois made me look like a goddamn prophet. Now I appreciate Daniel Dubois. OG, what you got on that fight, man? Trevor Bryant. Everybody thought he was overrated. Thought he was a hype job. Thought he was one of the champions that people looked at like, nah, bro. Trevor Bryant ain't it. And Daniel
Yeah.
Dubois proved that shit, man. What you got on that fight, bro?
Well, see, sometimes I keep telling everybody, if I had the money, if I had the backing, you know, I would look like I'm a pro. And y'all never seen me fight before. Y'all think, man, I'm a bad MF, right? But that's what happens when you have people behind you and boost up your career and you fight lower, lesser competition. Then you start looking good. But then again, you could have the goods, but you got somebody in there that's a little bit better than you. Now, let's be honest. Daniel Dubois, he's pretty much is not that guy, big heavyweight. He's not. He's just not that big knockout artist type of guy. But when you fighting someone like Trevor Bryan, that pretty much is a mere open fighter, Daniel Dubois came in there and got him out of there. And I'm talking about out of there fast. I'm talking about less than 5 rounds. We talking about 4 rounds. So he pretty much just took his time and went in there and came with big blows. And Brian couldn't handle them on blows. He tried to fight back. He tried to counter punch, but none of them things was working. And here we go again with lower opposition. With lower opposition, you're gonna look like a star. You're gonna look great, right? But when you get in there with a real true fighter, and like Daniel Dubois, he been on the losing side now. Don't get me wrong, we all know
Yeah.
that. So but now he got up and now he's still fighting and he got hard. So then he show you that, hey, I'm back and I still got it and I still can pretty much get someone out of there. Now I would love to see him fight better competition, step up, but we know what happens. So he still need a lot of work to be done, but he got Brian out of there like he should have. So I mean, all respect to him, and he took his time. He didn't rush it like he normally do. He took his time and went in there and did what he had to do. So I
Yeah.
ain't mad. All right, salute, Cassandra, quick, teach, Rick, Lil Rick. All right, and who else we got up here? Upland LD. What's going on, everybody? Salute to you. And we got Omega Red. What's going on, Omega Red? All right, all right. Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead.
And
Oh, and
wifey up in here too. What's up, baby?
Mr.
Salute.
Knockout, yes sir. All right.
Man, bro, like
Mhm.
Trevor Bryan is a waste, okay? Because you can
Uh
see the talent, all right, but the
huh.
man ain't dedicated, bro. Like no way, like
Mhm.
no way in hell, bro. I understand everybody body ain't the same. Some people naturally have more fat on them, bro. But he just sloppy looking, just like he don't give a damn about boxing, bro. And I
Uh,
told people like his jab could be a problem because Dane Dubois still can't get out the way of a jab. It don't
nope.
matter who jab it is. It don't matter if they got a good jab, a bad jab, a great jab. If this they first time jabbing, he still can't get out the way of the jab. Because Trevor Bryan was catching him with a jab. He was just so out of shape. You just knew number one, when you out of shape like that, bro, unless your name, when you look like that, just sloppy and flubbery like that, unless your name is Tyson Fury, who's turned out to be a freak of nature, bro, the moment that you get hit and get hurt, you can't get up. You're not gonna be able to recover. And Daniel Dubois was just in, bro, he was just in so much better shape. He was in better shape. And once he caught Trevor Bryan and hurt him, Trevor Bryan couldn't recover. He couldn't even get up, man. He caught that man with a left hook. It was so nasty. Trevor Bryan was trying so hard to get up, but he was so out of shape that he just couldn't. But like, I don't believe he could get down and probably do 10 push-ups, bro. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think he can do like 5 or 10 push-ups, bro. Like he just a bad fighter, bro. Like I don't know how I don't know how he became champion, but when I watched his last fight and I watched him you know what I'm saying, having trouble with the dude out of Louisiana, Jonathan Gildry, what's his name? I like, bro, as soon as you fight Daniel Dubois, he is going to beat the shit out of you. Like, since when you know it's a champion, okay? It's a champion
Uh,
coming in there versus an underdog, and he a plus 1,200 underdog. Like, how the champion is such a wide underdog, bro.
right.
Like, man, bro, like, no, dog, it's something wrong with you. And Daniel Dubois made him look just stupid, bro. Just made him look like
Mm,
he should never box again, bro. It's bad, man. And that's what happened when you ain't dedicated. You can see the talent. The jab is nice.
uh,
The right hand is nice. You can tell he tried to have them same skills that maybe he used to have, but the hunger is gone. And I don't even know if he did a training camp, OG. I think he left straight from getting like a Philly cheesesteak or something and came straight to the fight, bro. I promise
yeah.
you, if you see his
Uh,
car on the way home from the fight, you're gonna see McDonald's bags, Burger King bags, fucking Chick-fil-A bags, all kind of shit in his
uh,
in his car, just trash, just sloppy all over the place on the way
mm,
home in the car, bro. I'm so disappointed in him. He might as well not have even showed up, bro. He didn't even put up a good fight. And the crazy thing is, he had the tools. If he went in there and tried to have a good training camp and really worked hard, he could have jabbed. He could have jabbed Daniel Dubois damn nose to the back of his head if he wanted to, bro.
right.
He just wasn't in shape. He couldn't move. He literally couldn't move. He couldn't get out the way of shit. He couldn't roll with shit. He just in that hole just fat, bro. Man, Trevor Ryan garbage, bro. He
Man.
absolute garbage, bro.
You spoke about Daniel Dubois, about he still can't get out of the way of a jab, anything like that. But he
Can't.
did look good. But
Mm-hmm.
I think that loss, I think that knockout on him, it made him more dedicated. Now he did look better, but he's still not there. Remember, he was one of the ones that was pretty much hyped up. He was the
Yep.
one that they were saying, "Oh man, Daniel Ball. Oh man, he come out the UK. Oh man, he can fight." But then again, his sister fights too, also. But I think he got more dedicated. I think he got more serious about this boxing thing because, like I said, you don't play boxing, and I think he got in there and he's developing, but he's still not there yet. But then again, look who he was fighting. Like you said, look who he was fighting. Like you said, I don't even think Brian went through a training camp. But still, Dane Dubois, he got him out of there in less than 5 rounds. So, no, kudos to him, man. Shout out to
Yeah,
him.
man.
Yeah, y'all hit
Yeah,
the like
man.
button, man. We still have 13 people with 137 in here.
Nah, I
Right.
think yours ain't updated. Mine say
Oh,
42 though with
oh,
138. So that still
that's
ain't enough,
still.
bro.
Yeah. Damn.
Smash on the like button if you just got
Damn.
in the building, man.
Really?
Please, it's free. It's
Wow.
free. Um, so
All right.
let's let's move over to another one of your homies before we get into some more fights, man. Jermell Charlo versus Tim Zoo is agreed to. So Jermell Charlo is gonna stay at 154 for his next fight. He's gonna fight as mandatory. The WBO has come in and confirmed that the fight is a done deal.
Mm,
And this is what the president of the WBO, Paco Valacarcel. I'm sorry if I mispronounced his name. My bad.
okay.
But anyway, Paco, the WBO president, he said they told us that they have an agreement and that they're looking for a date because big fights are coming, and this is one of them. When asked about the Charlo versus Tim Zoo fight, so it's official. That fight is indeed happening. As per the WBO, they wouldn't have told us that it is if it isn't going to happen. So, Jermell Charlo, man, continuing to impress and move like a champion and just fight the best possible competition. And this is what you have to expect of undisputed champions. What do you think of that, man? You like the fight? Are you excited for it? Does Tim Zoo give you any reason to worry about Jermell in this fight? Just your overall thoughts on the fight announcement, man.
Well, you know what? I said this. I said, you know what? I think one of my live streams last week, I said, you know what? Jamel just said, 'cause Tim Zoo was talking a lot of trash talking last week. So I said, you know what? Jamel should just go ahead on and make the fight because I don't think he had too much to worry about. I mean, of course, you can't look through no other fighter now. You got to still focus on that fight in front of you. Tim Zoo is just not talented, or let me just say this: he don't have all the accolades that Jamel has. And Jamel knows how to sit down on his punches, know when to sit down on his punches, and he know how to move, get out inside, uppercut. He does it all. Now, Tim Zoo, for some reason, he's not that type of fighter where he's like a Mikey Garcia. You're not going to see a lot of abs. You're not going to see a lot of
That's a fact.
curls and muscles. All right, and that kind of worries you sometimes. And let's be honest, his last name is Zoo. Okay, and his father is Caster out there in Australia. All right, so that helped a lot also in his boxing career. So he is the mandatory of Jamel Charlo. So I said, Jamel, just go ahead and get his mandatory out the way because it's right now he has all the belts. He's undisputed. There's no one out there to challenge him right now. But you just got to keep on fighting your mandatories till you decide to go and move up or lose one of the belts. So that's how I see it. I think it's a good fight. I think it's a great stay busy fight. And it's more than a stay busy fight, but at least he's out there showing everyone that, hey, I'm undisputed and I'm going to keep on proving I am the best at this division. So at 154, man, watch out because 154 about to heat up in another year. I'm going to tell
Yeah.
you that right now. Yeah.
Big facts, man. Man, so I love the fight. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, first of all, respect to Tim Zoo because he, again, when I see somebody that's moving in the way to go actually get the fight instead of just talking, I gotta
Mm-hmm.
respect that shit. He could have stayed over there in Australia, calling Jermell Charlo out, not signing with Showtime and the PBC, making the fight harder to make and all that shit. Like, but he got rid of every roadblock. He
Uh,
got rid of every single roadblock, came over here to America, fought a top 15
uh,
person in Boucher first. Um Waited his turn and called out Jermell Charlo and he invoked his mandatory. And since
mm-hmm.
he's over here with the PBC, looks like the fight got easy as shit for him to make. So
Yeah.
much respect to him. And then for Jermell Charlo, bro, you can't help but to respect what he do inside the ring. Now, you may not like some of the stuff that he say, some of the opinions that he has, and kind of how he might be over emotional, I guess, and really just always say whatever's on his mind and shit, whether he thinks before he talks or not. But you gotta respect is that man don't turn down no smoke and he don't duck no fade, bro. If you
Yeah.
call his name, he don't really respond with talking shit. He will talk shit, but if you call his name and you in it and you in his path, bro, he come to see you. He come to see you, and that is to be respected. And for me, for my fighters, and I saw the homie Rick Tim say, black fighters are gonna have to fight mandatories at a pace that other fighters don't have to fight. Like I see that, bro, and I'm not naive to it, but I
Mm-hmm.
just choose to be like, I want that type of smoke for the fighters that I support. Like I want them to prove that they the best, bro. Like I want to see Jermell Charlo fight Tim Tszyu, and then if he stay at 154, I want to see him fight Sebastian Fundora, bro. Beat both of their ass if he can, if he gonna be there that long. You know what I'm saying? For Devin Haney, like he went and got undisputed. All right, cool. I don't want him to go fight somebody that I know he can just clearly beat. I want to see him fight Lomachenko. I want to see him
Exactly.
fight Gervonta Tank Davis, bro. Like I just want to see the best fights. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And Jermell Charlo is a fighter that's giving me that, bro. Like that, like he done beat everybody else. So the other opponents out there, he done already beat Tony Harrison and knocked him out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He
Right.
just beat Brian Castano. So all that's really left is at the top of the division right now that you like got a little bit of interest and a little bit of intrigue. Hey man, Tim Tszyu and Sebastian Fundora. And
Exactly.
he's fighting one of them. So shit,
Mm-hmm.
hey man, do your thing. Fight that man. And I like that it's much more active because remember, he only fought one time in 2021. So
Mm-hmm.
now it's looking like he already about to fight twice in 2022. That's what I'm talking about, bro. I'm all for it. I love the shit. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is, bro. Like let's
Mm-hmm.
get a date. Let's get a venue. Hopefully, this is the Charlo brother that we need to see go fight in Houston and headline some shit. And I think this is a great fight for it, bro. This
Mm-hmm.
is a great fight for it. This fight need to be in Houston, in my opinion. Let that man come home, have his first undisputed defense in his hometown, in his home city. But yeah, man, I'm all for the fight. Can't wait to see it, bro.
All right, all right. I appreciate you, Pierre Jerome, in that super chat. And also, Jeffrey Caesar, he said Floyd looked like Danny Glover crying at the Hall of Fame speech last night.
Already. Yeah, you
you
said
know,
you want to talk about that. You want to talk about
yeah,
the Hall of Fame real quick before we get into the top rank fights?
well, yeah, I was just wanting to let everyone know again who all didn't see it. Miguel Cotto, he was inducted last night, and Bernard Hopkins, we all know Bernard Hopkins, he was inducted also. Now, keep in mind that COVID hit the scene around 2020, so they did 2020 and 21 and 22 all in one night. Okay, so they had Roy Jones Jr. All right, great fighter at his time. And you had Vladimir Klitschko. He reigned the heavyweight division for 9.5 years. And you got Julian the Hawk Jackson, baby, one of the hardest punches around. And you got Juan Marquez. All right, he had that trilogy with Manny Pacquiao. He pretty much had that big knockout where Manny Pacquiao went to sleep. All right, so you got Floyd Mayweather Jr. He also was inducted. And you also had Sugar Shane Mosley. He also was inducted. You also had James Toney. All right. Yes, sir. Big Boy was inducted also. And you had the son of God, SOG Andre Ward. He was inducted also. And let's not forget, we have promoters that was inducted. I'm just going to name a couple. Okay. Kathy Duva. All right. Kathy Duva was Kovalev promoter. And she also is the daughter-in-law of Lou Duva. And also, she took over the company after her husband died. And then also, you might remember this name. I might remember it. I don't know if you remember knockout Danny Guzman. Danny Guzman was a promoter. Okay, and he
Yeah,
is
yeah, I remember him.
okay.
Didn't he
So
run like? Didn't he do like some show? Wasn't he doing like the Showtime stuff for a little bit? Or
right,
am I tripping?
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. And then, of course, we all know this promoter. We all been hearing about this promoter lately. We are talking about Lou DiBella. Lou
Mm-hmm.
DiBella was inducted also. And then we had some announcers and things like that. So I just want to name a few from the Hall of Fame last night. So,
You know what's crazy of all them people? You know my favorite memory of all of that shit, man,
uh,
is when Miguel Cotto got payback and beat the shit out of Antonio Margarito
there you
cheating ass.
go.
Cause remember when Margarito knocked him out, and
Mhm.
then later on it was found out that he had been cheating or whatever.
Yep.
When he fought Shane, I think it was he fought Shane, right?
Right.
He came
Yeah.
over, yeah,
The
and
Prince
then
not
and
seen
then
found that
Cotto
block.
got his rematch, bro, and beat the shit, bro. That was one of man. I ain't never cheered for Cotto so hard in my life, bro. But that's my favorite out of all them great fighters, bro. Just
man.
knowing that like, cause when you saw what Margarito was trying to do with Shane and shit, bro,
Right.
and then you
Yep.
like, all right, bro, so you've been doing this shit to everybody, bro. You just because cheaters don't when they get caught, that ain't their first time cheating, bro. That's just their
Yep.
first time getting caught.
Oh, there
So,
you go.
so bro, like to watch Kodo get his get back, bro, man, that shit was, and you never know because Kodo, because he did an interview last night and the speech was a little slurred, and you know, I mean, he took a lot of
Right.
punishment in his career and
Yeah.
all that shit. You understand that, but you never know if it's from something that he took in that fight with Margarito. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? Like you just don't know
Right.
that. So to see him just beat the dumb shit out of Margarito, bro, I'ma always remember that.
Yeah.
I'ma always remember that shit, bro, because he went in there and he beat the shit out that man. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So that's my favorite memory of that whole class, and it was a lot because Floyd Mayweather was in there, shit. And Andre Ward and shit, and that's cool. Like they got some great memories too, but it's just something
Right.
about Cheetah getting their ass whooped, bro. Like right now, I don't know if Shakur Stevenson, like it might not be the best fight that he's ever in, but I don't know if I'm gonna have a more favorite moment for Shakur Stevenson, no matter who he fights, super fight, whatever, than him
Mm-hmm.
going there and beating Oscar Valdez cheating ass, bro. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
like I'ma always remember that shit. Like, yeah, beat that cheating ass dude up, man, with his old cheating ass. So yeah,
Yeah.
for
Right.
Cotto, man, I'm very, very happy for him, man. That was well deserved on his part, man. He
Mm-hmm.
gave us nothing but entertainment and great fights, bro.
Oh yeah, when he fought Floyd at 154, I never seen that much blood coming from Floyd. And, Floyd got hit a lot in that fight. He won the
Mm-hmm.
fight, but he still got hit a lot. So
Facts.
so he went back down to 147. But hey, that was a good fight. So
Yes, sir, it
all
was,
right.
man. So let's get the top rank, bro.
Okay.
Let's get the whole top rank. Let's talk about LeBron versus LeBron.
Wow.
Henry versus Luis.
Ooh.
Good fight,
Yes,
man. It was
yes,
entertaining,
it
man.
was.
What you got on that fight?
Man, I mean, Henry LeBron is a small, has very fast hands and very accurate with his punches. And I mean, he is very accurate. He throw counter on top of counter punches. That's how he fights. And man, oh man, it was a great fight. Now, of course, LeBron, he was trying to pretty much punch with him, but he was a little bit slow because Henry LeBron had faster hands. So he was trying to fight on the back foot, and he did fight on the back foot most of the fight. But he was throwing punches as he was moving back. And he wasn't throwing one at a time. He was throwing one, two, three, four pieces. And we talking about like in a split 2 seconds, 3 seconds, and Luis just couldn't handle the speed. And they always say speed kills. And it did kill Louise. And Louise was still trying to walk him down and pretty much trying to, put that. See, when you walk a fighter down, you hope he throws something and you have no business throwing. Well, that didn't work. Okay, that didn't work with um, Henry LeBron. It didn't work because he kept going down to the body, up to the head, right down to the chest. Then he'll move around. Then he'll go right there and reset, bam, and throw another two, three, four piece. Then boom, move around. And then here comes Louise still throwing, and he getting under them punches because he was a shorter fighter. So he got under them punches. So I mean, I was excited. I mean, I was like, man, look at a 1, 2, 3, 4 piece. And he kept going and going. And matter of fact, I didn't see him tired out. I didn't see him get lazy with his punches. He was pretty much pinned on. I mean, he was throwing every punch you can think of. He was throwing, and he was throwing with great speed. Now, only thing about a knockout with Henry
Mm-hmm.
LeBron, uh, the power, the power, the speed is there, but I didn't see no power there. And that kind of like, okay, well, he got the speed, and yes, he's scoring, and of course they're still scoring, but he can't get him out of there. And what if he run into someone that he can't get out? Now I don't, I forget what was his knockout, how many knockouts he had on his record.
Yeah, 10. He was 15-0 with 10 knockouts. Now he's 16-0 with 10 knockouts. He had,
Oh,
showed a little
okay,
power, but
okay. But I would like to see him start sitting down on his punches a little bit more. But I get it because he moves a lot, and you cannot really sit down on your punches when you move a lot. All right. We all know your punches and your power come from your leg on up. And right
Mhm.
now, with LeBron fight, Henry LeBron, the way he fights is he moves around a lot, and then he stop, bam, and he fire one, two, three, four piece. Then he move
Yeah,
again.
fast ass hands, facts.
Right. Yeah. So
Mhm.
I would like to see a little more power from him, and see him, get, hurt his opponent. Now,
Mhm.
sure, he can overwhelm his opponent, but is he hurting his opponent? Because Luis still kept coming even though he was getting hit with flush shots. And one thing I can say about Henry LeBron, he was pinpoint on, and he's not going to throw that one at a time. He's going to throw three, four pieces, at one time. So I ain't mad at him, and that was a great fight. And Luis LeBron's, he tried his best, shout out to him, but he just couldn't keep up with the activity. He couldn't keep up with the
Mhm.
work activity, and that's one thing about Henry LeBron. He was a machine in there. He was a machine. He kept that motor running, and he never did stop to the end of the last round.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's all I got on that one. Yeah, sir.
So for Henry LeBron, I like the first 4 rounds, 4.5 rounds. I didn't like the last 4.5 rounds from him, and I'm explaining y'all why. So the first 4 rounds or 4.5 rounds, he was dominating the fight. He was using his lateral movement. He was picking Luis LeBron apart.
Uh-huh.
Um, Nice countering with the left hand, nice check right hooks, pivoting
Mhm.
around, just boxing how I always seen him box, and why I really like him as an up and coming contender. But that Puerto Rican on Puerto Rican shit took over, bro, and he started trying to step outside of himself, and he let Luis LeBron have more success than I thought he would have because Henry LeBron all of a sudden he tried to start pushing Luis LeBron back.
Right.
He tried to start pushing him back and try to start being the aggressor. And I like that sometimes, but sometimes, bro, like you can make the fight harder than it have to be. I don't like when fighters fight other people fight. You know what I'm saying? I felt
Yeah.
like when he tried to do that and he saw that Luis LeBron wasn't going nowhere, he should have just went back to boxing, bro. Because
Mhm.
it was working so great for him, and he got hit a lot. He got hit a lot more than I'm used to seeing him get hit because he tried to, go make it a war. I'm gonna push you back. I'm gonna show you that you ain't gonna push me back and shit. Tried to show that dog when I think you
Right.
can show just as much dog by doing what you're doing that can't nobody touch you. Like if he can't touch you the whole fight, make him prove. See, I don't think you just switch up for the sake of switching up, OG. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, make somebody prove that they can stop you from doing what you're doing. Like, if you countering him and you using lateral movement and you picking him apart with combinations,
Mhm.
you keep doing that until he find the answer for it, bro. You don't change and all of a sudden be like, yeah, I'm finna go forward. I'm finna go ahead and show him the dog that I got. I didn't like that because I felt like it made the fight harder than it had to be, and it made him take a couple more shots than he had to take, and made him more tired throughout the fight than he had to be throughout the fight. He could have probably did what he was doing the first 4 rounds. He probably could still be doing that shit this morning because he was making the shit look so easy. So like like I said about Devin Haney, like you guys have heard me say about Stephen Fulton before. I'm always gonna point that out with fighters because it's only so many people you can do that for. Maybe you can get away with that shit with Luis LeBron, but if you get in there like he fight at 130 pounds, right? You
Mhm.
get in there and let's say they make Henry LeBron versus Oscar Valdez for his first big fight, and he outboxing the shit out of Oscar Valdez using lateral movement, just outboxing him, picking him apart, countering his ass, and then
Mhm.
he decide, you know what? I'm finna push your ass back. It's gonna be certain fighters that you can try that shit with, and you get to fight and they fight. That shit ain't gonna go how you want it to go. And I believe you take your ego. I see what you're saying, opulent LD, and I agree. You gotta take your ego in boxing, bro, because you can't. You gotta be humble enough to realize that somebody in there and they can knock your head off, bro, and they like you can die in the ring. Like boxing is not the sport for ego and shit. This ain't basketball where you can shoot a three and start running down the court before that hoe go in and start shimmying and shit. And all like you can't do that shit in boxing, bro. Somebody could hurt you, like in your career. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't like that shit, man. But overall, he got the W. I'm only being hard on him right now because I really like him as a fighter, and I think he
Uh-huh.
got really good lateral movement. I think he got really fast hands, and he can counter. And so it is what it is, bro. He wanted to show that dog last night, and he showed it. You know what I'm saying? He showed it. He
Yeah.
wasn't. I feel you, Kano. I think he's a smart fighter. He wasn't smart in my opinion last night, and I think the
Mhm.
world of him. I don't think that was a smart thing to do. He fought Luis LeBron's fight when he didn't have to. It ain't like Luis LeBron made him do it. Shit, he did that shit by choice, and I don't think that was the right choice. But he got the W. He moves on to the next, still undefeated. Can't wait to see him fight again. Can't wait to see Henry LeBron fight again. Really love his skills and his talent. But that's really all I got on it, man. Nothing
But
much more to say.
you know what? What's up, TG Frank?
CZ,
What's
what
going
up?
on? All right. You know what? That reminds me of, and I don't know. I think you mentioned it. Stephen Fulton when he fought
Yeah,
Figueroa. Yeah,
yeah.
when he fought Figueroa. Stephen Fulton, he could have went in there and did like he did the other week. He could have went in there and boxed. And like you say, sometimes you make a fight harder than it should be. And now he went in there and he fought Figueroa fight. All right. And that means he went in there and slug and bang. Now, I when Earl Spence fought Sean Porter, he went in there and showed that he was a dog, but that was the type of style that he had to fight because he couldn't sit there and box Sean Porter because he just was, on him. He couldn't keep him off of him. So he just say, oh, you know what? This box ain't going to work. So he had to make adjustments. He had to fight fire with fire. So you see, that's the difference.
I'm
There's
glad
two.
you said that. I'm
Yeah,
glad you said that because a lot of Earl Spence fans try to act like some of the Bud fans do, like Earl can walk on water, and like Sean didn't force him into that fight. Oh man, he wanted to show Sean how tough he was, and then he just gonna stand there. Nah, bro, Sean, we got to give Sean a little bit more credit than that. He was in great
right.
shape for that fight. He was
Yeah,
pressing the issue, bro. And
right.
Earl, to his credit, he the type that he gonna fight you on the inside. He ain't gonna do all that holding and shit, and it made
Right.
for a great fight. So I agree with you, bro. Like
Mhm.
like he Sean Porter deserved credit for that. Earl didn't do that shit on purpose, bro. Like I'm not gonna sit here and try to sugarcoat it for people. He didn't do that shit on purpose.
Right.
He
See a
didn't
lot.
go in there and just be like, "Yeah, bro, I'm gonna let you get all up in me. I'm gonna let you pivot and turn on me and shit, and put a bunch of pressure on me and make me have to fight when I don't necessarily want to." He didn't
Right.
do that shit on purpose, bro. Sean Porter forced him into that shit. And then for the Stephen Fulton Brandon Figueroa fight, you're exactly right. If Stephen Fulton fought that fight, how he fought
Mhm.
the first 3 rounds, it would have been
Mhm.
probably no controversy. Brandon Figueroa wouldn't be like, well, I felt like I won. None of that shit would happen, bro. He would have boxed circles around Figueroa. And that's what I'm talking
Right.
about. If you can blank somebody, if you can 12-0 somebody, 11-1 their ass, and they can't do nothing about the style that you implement, I don't
Uh-huh.
give a damn how entertaining it is, bro. You got to get your W and get the hell up out of there, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just what it
Yeah.
is with me, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard that a lot about Spence, and Spence just want to show that he was no. Sean Porter had to give him credit because Earl couldn't just sit out there and box with a jab, throwing a jab. That ain't stopping Porter. Porter was all over him. So, you had to do and make adjustments. And that's what fighters do. That's what smart fighters do. So, but that's all I got on that.
All right, man. Main event time.
Mhm.
Edgar Berlanga, Mike Tyson Jr., and I ain't talking about because of the power. Versus Angulo, man. What's up, man? Like what we doing, man? What how the fight go? What you see, OG? Why he biting people on the shoulder and shit?
you
Like
know
what's
what? You know
what's
what?
up with Berlanga,
I
man?
didn't catch that until I saw the replay. And I still don't understand why the hell you bit by him, right? And this is the thing. And I went and looked back and see, what they had on it this morning. And he said that he kept throwing elbows. So I was now listen to this. I was gonna bite him like Mike Tyson, but I didn't. I changed my mind. Please, dude, you bit him. All right. Now he said he was gonna bite him, right? No, you bit him. Now I don't
Oh
know. I
shit.
don't know. I don't know. Did Angulo say, okay, all right. He didn't say nothing. He shook it off, and but first of all, the man was sweaty. I would never done that, but I don't know what was going through his mind. I mean, was he that annoyed or whatever, or I don't know. But that was wild. But let's get through the rest of the fight, okay?
Yeah, man. Yeah, go ahead.
But but at least he didn't bite a plug in him and spit it out, right? Like Mike Tyson did. He had an ear. But anyway, but still, Edgar Berlanga, sorry to say, but he's just not that guy that we thought he was. Now, he did take his time this fight. He wasn't trying to get the knockout right away. He did try to jab last night. He did use his jab, and then he was pretty much kind of timid. It seemed like he's 1 foot in retirement, 1 foot in boxing. That's what
Mm.
it seemed like to me. I didn't see no urgency. I didn't see no power shots. Matter of fact, Angulo out punched him with power shots, and that's very unusual. Now of course, Berlango, we're expecting him to be that big guy. We had big expectations for him, and but now we have a letdown. The C Rose fight that kind of started it off and kicked it off, and now it seems like he's stuck in this third gear.
Shit.
You
Before
know,
that, OG, he got dropped in the fight before that against Caceres.
okay, well,
He
yeah,
been
the
on
last
he
two
been on
fights.
he been on the decline, man.
Exactly. Now, and I'm thinking last night as I call him fight, do he really want to be a boxer or he doing it for the money? So you have to
Mm.
think about that also. But how the fight went is that he didn't utilize his power like he should have. He was working the jab and he kept working that stick all night
Mm-hmm.
long, which is okay. But still, he didn't follow through. Now he did a lot of tying up, and I never seen so much lateral movement from him. Now, of course, you don't have to do a lot of lateral movement if you don't have to. You can stand there and fight that guy last night. He could have. Now, Angulo was pretty much working the body and working the body shot, and he was getting counter punches in. Now, of course, Berlanga wears the high guard a lot as a protector, as the defensive style. But Angulo was going down to the body. And yes, Berlanga was trying to knock it down with his hand, but he still was getting inside with them big right hands. Everybody see the right hands coming. And then Berlanga kind of tied him up, and they kept tying each other up. Then Berlanga, he started getting beat up a little bit on the face, and that comes from that jab from Angulo and that right hand. Now, but Blanco, he did not look like a great fighter last night. He looked like one of them fighters that I ain't gonna say a Ryan Garcia, but a fighter that has a big following, but not a big fighter. So he fought like a B-level fighter last night, and
Mm.
that's how he looked, like a B-level fighter. And because a guy like Angulo, he should have been gone. He should have been gone out of there if Edgar Berlanga was that guy that we all thought he was. Now,
Mhm.
of course, he's from the Puerto Rican descent. He's from New York, and yes, he was Puerto Rican on weekend and all the festivities and everything. But still, in all, he should have had a better performance last night than he had. You know, and as you said on the last two fights, he's been declining, and we see that now. We saw. I'm saying the Steve Rose fight. That's what I'm looking at all the way
Mhm.
last night. And
Yeah.
yes, he is declining. And I don't know if it's a trainer or is it his training camp? Is he taking it seriously? I don't know. But something is off with him. Something is off with his fighting game. Something is off with his power punches. Now I have seen him punch harder than that, way harder than that and before. But he was fighting what? Better competition. I mean, lower competition. I'm sorry, lower competition at that time. Well, Angulo still kind of not low, but he's still not a big fighter. But Lango just didn't have it last night. Yes, he won. I mean, they had scores like 98 to what was that? 98.
98 to 92, and then two of them had 99, 91, 9 rounds to one.
Yeah,
Bullshit.
and that is way that was way I don't know what fight they was looking at. Even boxing.com had talked about that this morning. That the fight was closer than what the judges had. So he got a little beneath while cooking last night. That's what he
Facts.
got. So I mean he won, and what makes it so interesting to me is that when he found out that he won, you know, it's like he won the championship of the world. You
Cause he
know,
know he know
uh,
he know that fight was close as shit. I
that's what I'm
scored it
saying.
for Berlanga. I scored it for Berlanga 96, 94. I liked his boxing better, but if
Mhm.
somebody scored that shit for Angulo like 96, 94, I wouldn't be mad at him because he had moments of very effective pressure.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
effective. So
yeah.
It was a
Yeah,
close ass fight. It definitely wasn't no 9 rounds to 1 on two
exactly.
scorecards in favor of Berlanga. And I don't even think it was 98-92, 8 rounds to 2.
Right.
I don't think he won that fight that wide, bro, at
No,
all.
no. And one thing about it is, he was hitting Angulo, but Angulo was eating that and keep coming. He kept coming. He did not stop at all. He kept coming, and he didn't throw anything to Angulo to hurt him. Now, I think Berlanga got hurt one time in that fight with that big overhand right by Angulo, and that's the only time I seen him hurt, I believe. And
Yeah.
but I didn't see Angulo hurt at all. Now he did get hit with a few shots from Berlanga, but he walked right through him. He
Yeah.
walked right through the shots. And matter of fact, at the end of the fight, Berlanga had all the markings of a fight on his face, and
Mm-hmm.
Golan didn't. So that tells the story right there.
Yeah.
But that's all I got on that fight actually, because I mean it wasn't a big uh, great performance by Berlango. I think
Mm-hmm.
Berlango gonna have to go back to the drawing board. He gonna have to
Mm.
start back going to the drawing board again. I know he's a big guy, and I know his name was kind of pretty much out there, like he's a big champion or a big Puerto Rican threat, but he's not. He's not. And Zayas, I would have loved to see him fight last night. Zanas, I would love to see him fight last night, but he had to drop out. But man, I would love to see him fight last night. But
Yeah, me too,
yeah,
man. Me
but
too. I like that kid there, bro.
yeah,
He can
me
fight.
too. Yeah, he's only what 19, man. I like him. Yeah, but
Yeah,
Belango,
no, my bad. Xander, I didn't mean call you kid. That young man. I like that young man
right,
right there. He can
young
fight, bro.
man. Yeah,
Yeah.
but Belango, I'm sorry, but he just don't have it right now. Matter of fact, he's declining.
Yeah. So for me, man, I like that he tried to box off his back foot. He showed some things that I didn't think that he could try to do, but he tried to work his jab. Now he
Mm-hmm.
couldn't sit down on his jab. He couldn't sit down on his jab when he was fighting off his back foot, so he don't have no power going backwards. You know what I'm saying? He got to be stepping into shit. He got to be going very full steam ahead, so to speak, to really have power. It look like he ain't got no power going backwards. And for the life of him, bro, for the
Mm-hmm.
life of him, it's like he was getting hit by Angulo uppercut on purpose, bro. Like he kept ducking into Angulo's uppercut, and he needs to be lucky that Angulo, I don't know if he only got power in his right hand, going overhand and his hooks. But
Mm-hmm.
bro, if Angulo had any power on his uppercuts, bro, he did
Mm-hmm.
knock Edgar Berlanga out because he just kept ducking into it, bro,
Right.
getting hit flush by the shit over and over again. Like, damn, Edgar, you out here bad right now. And then so he boxing well, it's competitive. I like the effective aggression from Angulo, but then I like some of the things that Berlanga was doing. So it was a close fight to me. It ain't like Berlanga just went in there and got washed, but when you supposed to be who he's supposed to be, guys that's almost 40 years old, bro, they ain't supposed to make that fight that difficult on you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So that's a red flag to me. And then all of this boxing and shit we talking, contender,
Mm-hmm.
what's up, homie? All of this boxing and shit we talking about, bro, we all know that shit is very big mentally. And I'm sorry, bro. When you biting people in the ring, bro, when you so frustrated and you so out of there, you try to bite somebody in the ring, bro. I know you ain't got no dog in you. I know you ain't got no dog in you. I know you ain't got no bite down in you, bro. Like, and I ain't trying to disrespect Berlanga or I ain't trying to shit on him bad, but I'm just telling y'all, I've been watching enough boxing to know if a 38-year-old dude, number one, can press you like that and make that fight that difficult, but then number two, got you so pressed, got you so tight in there that you biting this shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, you name the top 15 super middleweight. They all beat him, bro. Whoever you think are you put him in there, you put him in there with David Lemieux. You put him in there with David Lemieux dog ass and see what happened, bro. You put him in there with fucking Ronald Ellis, Darrell. Put him in there. See what happened, bro. I ain't saying he threw. I'm just saying he a journeyman, bro. He an
Mm-hmm.
undefeated journeyman right now that really ain't realized that shit yet, bro. That's who Edgar Berlanga is. I'm telling, bro. When he run into the wrong one, they gonna keep headlining him. They gonna keep main eventing them because they done made all these investments in them. But it's nowhere to go from here, bro. When
Mm-hmm.
he run into the wrong one, bro, it's going to be curtains for that man, dog.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't got no you biting people in the ring and shit, bro. Dog, some you gonna run into because see, Angulo is a dog, but he an old dog. He a
Right.
38-year-old dog that's
38.
past
Yeah.
his prime and shit. You gonna run into that young dog. You gonna
Hmm.
run into that dude that's 30, 31, maybe 32, 33, maybe in his 20s. He gonna have dog, and he gonna be like, ah, bro, you a hoe. You a straight up hoe. You biting people in the ring and shit. I'm just gonna press you.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna press you. I ain't all that shit you talking about, all this fanfare and shit, all these chains and shit. It's something about
Right.
him, April Flores, and he do like when you be wearing chains and shit and you ain't really done nothing yet. I don't know,
Right.
bro. I'm starting to see some red flags in some of these dudes be wearing chains and shit, got all the jewelry, but you just a prospect.
Right. Now let me ask
Keep doing this shit.
I don't mean to interrupt and knock out, but let
Nah,
me ask you
I'm
something.
pretty much done. OG, he ain't got no dog in like he got exposed. Like not as bad as Chris Colbert because he didn't take an ass whooping, but
Mhm.
mentally he ain't ready, bro. He ain't ready because somebody gonna press him out. I'm telling y'all, somebody
Mhm.
he ain't gonna get outboxed. He ain't gonna lose a close ass decision. When the loss come, it's gonna
Mhm.
come hard, bro. And he gonna get pressed out. He gonna get pressed out. He ain't got no dog in him, man. Go ahead,
Mhm.
OG. What was you about to say?
No, I'm looking at Big Dog comment. He said he definitely shows some mental weakness in there,
Fact.
and I'm thinking of you know he was distracted. He was looking all at the clock. He was looking out in the audience. He had
That
his
ain't the
eye.
OG. That ain't distracted. He focused on man. I gotta get out this round. Man, shit. Like how much longer? Like that's some, like bro. That's some whole shit in the fight. Like I don't know what to tell y'all. I ain't trying to be mean to the young man, but that's some whole
Mhm.
shit. Like you in a fight. You know the round is 3 minutes. You literally in a fight for your life. Looking up at the clock, like when this shit over.
Right, it's not even the
When
12th
this shit.
round,
Yeah, bro. Like that's some man.
and
You
then he
biting
started.
people, you looking up
Yeah,
at the clock and shit. Your trainer is over there talking to you and shit, yelling at you and shit, talking about who's the best, you the best, talking to you like, bro, nah, dog, nah, he ain't
yeah.
got it. I'm sorry. Like he tried to show us some boxing skills. He
Mhm.
tried to show a little something, all them
Mhm.
skills and shit you trying to show, trying to get back to your amateur and shit. He don't have it up here, bro.
Yeah, yeah. That was seem like it seemed like he
He don't
lost
have it up there,
confidence.
dog.
Yeah, it's like his confidence in his jab and his skills, and that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at because he was looking at somebody particular in the audience. I don't know.
Now they said it. You was calling the fight, so you couldn't hear it. They was saying it's a clock up there where they can see
Oh,
how much time the big screen and shit. So they
uh,
playing the fight on the big screen in the stadium. They could see how much time is left in the round. So when you
okay,
saw him do that, notice when he was doing it, he was in the clinch and shit, trying to
right,
hold
right,
Angulo,
right,
and he was
right.
looking up at the clock like, shit, how much longer I got left? This dude, ooh, he on my ass. How much
I mean,
longer I got left, bro? Dog,
but why would you do that in the ninth? I mean, in the eighth round? You know,
OG, he was getting pressed out. Like he had the whole facade on, like he was confident. He tried to stare Angulo in between rounds and shit, bro. But OG, he ain't got no dog in him, man. And you gotta have some dog in you to be a fighter, bro.
man.
It's only a matter of time. I'm telling you, you're gonna be caught. Listen, you're gonna be calling a fight. It's gonna
Uh,
be against some journeyman that you think, okay, Berlanga should probably beat this guy. And you're gonna be like, damn, knockout picked the other guy, but I think Berlanga might pull it out. And you're gonna be watching him get his ass. I'm telling you, it's
man,
not gonna be no decision, OG. Somebody gonna press him out in the middle of the goddamn fight. It's gonna be over. It's similar. Somebody asked about it. Similar to what we saw with Josue Vargas, bro.
no, I'm about
Josue
to ask
Vargas,
you.
the dude that got knocked out, and he was way better than the dude he was fighting. He had way more skills.
I wanted to talk about Linder and
Yeah,
Vargas.
he
Yeah,
was so talented, bro. But dog,
that-
Jose Zapata messed his chin up, bro. He
wow,
messed that man's chin up.
man.
Now he
Because
can't take a punch, bro. His career over. He might well hang them gloves up, man.
when you get in there, you see you see Vargas out there. He fighting Linder, okay,
Yeah.
and Linder he wasn't technical like that. He
OG, they
he
when they were
quiet.
talking about his career, when they were talking about Linda career, and I don't mean to cut you off, they were talking about Linda career. His highlights was he won a tough man competition, bro. That's what they were talking about, bro. You couldn't hear it. They were talking about how he won the tough man competition in high school and shit. Like that's what they were talking about. They weren't talking about his boxing skills, his amateur pedigree. They were like, this guy is tough. Like, he was there to get his ass whooped, OG, is what I'm trying to tell you. He was there. He
Well,
was supposed to lose that fight, bro. And his name is Dakota. Like, you don't get to keep boxing if you lose to a guy whose name is Dakota, bro. Like, Dakota, like, nah, bro, you can't lose to, you can't be out here losing fights to Dakota and shit, man. That's bad. Go ahead, though. I ain't mean to
man,
cut
no, I just was saying that Vargas looked like he was, he was good to go. It's like he was, going to take Linger. It's going to be an early night. But on Linger, I guess he hasn't been in that position many times, so he just started throwing punches, and they was going everywhere. But
hitting
he
the ropes,
kept
the
on
fucking
throwing.
corner. He didn't give
Right,
a damn, boy. He was like,
right,
I did not know I
yeah.
was gonna do this. I'm finna eat this moment up.
That's what I said. He gonna take that moment, and he know what to do. He been seeing other fighters do it. Just keep throwing and keep throwing until the referee stops. And that's what he was doing. So he did it so much he knocked Vargas through the ropes, and that was
Yeah.
bad moment for
You
Vargas.
should have heard Tim Bradley. Tim Bradley, stop the fight! Stop the fight! Get in there! Stop the fight! Like, brother, stop the
Man,
fight! Like, Bradley, you would
man,
thought Bradley was Josue Vargas' daddy or something, bro. Like,
man.
he was yelling at the top of his lungs, bro, because Vargas was out on his feet, bro,
Uh,
getting his ass
yeah.
whooped.
So, right now, we got a fight next week.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a fight with Joe Smith and Beterbiev or Beterbiev. Okay, now that's a very important fight. I think a lot of people's eyes going to be on that fight next week. Now, when you see that fight next week and the winner, who you think the winner should fight? Um, um,
Shit, Bival.
okay, there you go. All right, Bival.
Bival, shit,
Right,
give me undisputed.
right, exactly.
Bival, listen, Bival, don't you wait around on Canelo. He's not fighting you, bro.
That I was
Don't you
about
wait
to say.
around thinking he gonna cause a rematch and shit. He's not coming back up there to fight you, dog. He ain't built like that. So you
Okay.
need to go for undisputed and or if Zerto, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing about the WBA, bro. Like Zerto is now mandatory in the WBA, so are they gonna mandate that Zerto fights Bivol? All of these are good fights, but I would like Bivol to fight the winner of Beterbiev and Joe Smith Jr. I mean, the Zone and ESPN have done a lot, and Top Rank have done a lot of business together in the past. So why not for this undisputed fight? I think it's a damn good fight. That's the fight that I want. The winner to fight for undisputed at the light heavyweight division. When's the last time we had a light heavyweight undisputed champion?
Wow, man,
You know
long
what I'm saying?
time.
So that's
Right.
that's the fight I want. But I wanted to talk to you about this, man. I got one more story for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Devin Haney told Tank Davis his belt trash and to throw that shit in the trash can, bro. He
Wow.
talking shit. This is what Devin Haney had to say. I want to read. This is his interview that he just did. He's been going on an interview run. I think these quotes are from his interview that he did with Max Kellerman. So this is what he had to say. First Max asked him about his thoughts on fighting Vasily Lomachenko next. Devin Haney said, that's a fight that I'm interested in, and that's a fight that I could get up for and wouldn't mind doing next. Max Kellerman says, you're now the champion at 135, the champion. There's only one. Devin Haney responded to him and said, nah, you got to say undisputed. I need to hear undisputed. Max Kellerman said, undisputed, that's the right word for you because there's no dispute. And then um and then Kellerman said Tank has a WBA regular belt, right? That's what Kellerman said. And then Devin Haney says, throw it in the trash can. He said, and then he goes on to say that Gervonta Tank Davis is another fight that I wouldn't mind doing next, and I could get up for, and it will be another test for me. I can't say which is the bigger test. One is a puncher, and the other is a technician. So we have to see how the styles align. When he was talking about Tank Davis and Vasily Lomachenko, what you think of that, man? He said Tank should throw the belt in the trash. Do you agree with him? Are you liking Devin Haney's attitude? Like, hey, if it makes sense, I fight Lomachenko. If it makes sense, I fight Tank. Like, what's your thoughts on some of the quotes and how the young man is moving right now since becoming undisputed champion?
You know what? I like it. I like it. He's maturing, and no more all that nice guy stuff is gone. He
Yep.
is the man right now, and he's right because the WBA is supposed to be getting rid of no regular belts anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, and just one belt, the super champion or the regular, or just one champion. And then, so, I mean, Devin is right in theory. Those belts supposed to be in the garbage right now. But then again, you got Javante Davis. Don't think he's innocent in this shit either. Now, remember, he said, hey, Devin Haney got his belt emailed to
Called him
him.
the email champ. Sure did.
Right.
Facts.
So Devin, he had to prove to not only me and you, but the whole country and the country of Australia that, hey, let me show you that I'm not just a email champion, and let you know I got skills. And of course, Floyd Mayweather Sr. He said Javante Davis and Devin Haney, they sparred. And Devin Haney got the best of Javante Davis. Now, how is that true or not? I don't know. But this comes from Floyd Mayweather Sr. Now, of course, this was maybe a year or two ago, but we here now. We here now. And Devin Haney is the man. Now, last night I was looking at how ESPN had, of course, you had to put Devin Haney at number one. He's no dispute about that. But they had Javante Davis at number three. Now, guess who is number two? None other than,
Lomachenko.
there you go.
Yeah.
Now, Lomachenko, they still, for some reason, ESPN has a big platform. Now, this part I don't care for because they're still trying to make his record a undefeated record. They're still trying to make Lopez and Camboza undisputed fighters. They say there's 10 undisputed fighters, which is a lie. They're not. All right. So it's only 8 undisputed champions at this point right now. So, but I like Devin Haney. I like what he's saying. I like what he's doing. He still wants to fight the best. I still like that grind. He got that grind. He got that determination. He wanted to be the best. And what make it so bad? He's thinking better than older fighters out there, the ones that want to hold on to the belt and don't want to let it go because they want to be champions. No, sometimes you got to take a risk. Sometimes you got to bet on your skills. You might win, you might lose, but the thing is, you went out there and you tried, and you always can live to fight another day. But one thing Devin Haney did at the age of 23, he showed the older fighters that, hey, this is how you do it. All right, you have to make the fight. You might have to take a loss. Shakur Stevenson took a loss with the Valdez fight. He took a short purse, So, but he won, and that's what Devin Haney did, and he won. Now, yes, that's the worst contract in the world. Yes, anybody and any promoter would tell you, no, don't sign that shit. No, no way. But he did it, and he took a chance, and he won. So I mean, that's a teachable moment for all these fighters out there. So all these fighters out there, if we can get that, if we can get all the fighters to think like Devin Haney, and I think Knockout alluded to this last night. If we get all the fighters to think like Devin Haney, god damn, what a boxing community we will have. Man, god damn, we get all the fights that we've been dreaming about.
Big
We get all
facts.
the fights that we want. I mean, think about it. Think about the best fighting the best. That will actually come true. But we all got to get on the same page. Me, you, and the fighters. So man, that would be beautiful. But you still got that stigma out there. You still
Mhm.
got that old Floyd Mayweather out there. Long you got a belt, you're a champion. But I want to fight certain fighters in order to stay a champion.
Mhm.
Sometimes sometimes you can't get that, baby. All right. Sometimes you just going out there and step out on faith on your skills. And that's what you need to do. So
Mhm.
that's what I say, So, but like Coach just said, he said, I got Devin Haney over everybody at 135. And I don't blame you, Coach. I
Shit,
do.
I do. I do. I blame your ass and shit. You wrong. You wrong. That's the
Okay.
wrong pick to have. I can't. But so I love with Devin Haney. Like talk your shit. And I love when Tank Davis talk your shit. But I
Right.
disagree with both of them. I
Uh-huh.
disagree with both. I disagree with Devin Haney. I mean, with Tank Davis calling Devin Haney the email champ. And the reason
Uh-huh.
I disagree with Tank Davis when he said, "Listen, talk your shit." That's somebody you want to fight against. That's somebody that you know what I'm saying. That's your competitor. Talk your shit. Call him all kind of names. Just don't talk about his family. Don't talk about his girlfriend. Do whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? If you want to call him the email champ, because that's what people be saying to get under his skin, call him that shit. Now, I disagree. And the reason that I disagree is because somebody had to send an email first. Like Lomachenko and Bob Arum, they had to send an email to Mauricio Suleiman to get the franchise shit. And then Mauricio Suleiman had to send an email to Devin Haney to elevate his ass. So it ain't like Devin Haney was the one sending the email. Shit was sent to him because ain't nobody want to fight his ass. And then he put weight on the belt by defending that shit against Gamboa. He defended that shit against Linares. He defended that shit against Jojo Diaz. He defended that shit and took Camboso shit. So that's why I disagree with Tank Davis when he said that. I disagree with Devin Haney saying that Tank Davis needs to throw his shit in the trash can. And I'm explaining to y'all why I disagree with that. Tank Davis should not throw his regular belt in the trash can. He should use that shit. He should use that shit to get the WBA to mandate a fight between him and Devin. That's what he should do. I just watched the fight on Friday. It was the main event of the DAZN card on Friday. It was Kyo. I know some of y'all don't watch the smaller weight classes, but y'all know I'm a goddamn boxing nerd. It was Hiroto Kayaguchi versus Esteban Bermudez. Kayaguchi is the super champion at 108 pounds. Bermudez was the regular champion at 108 pounds. You know why they mandated that fight? Because they try and get rid of all them goddamn belts. And because Bermudez was like, nah, I want my fight. I want my chance. So Kayaguchi had to get his ass on the plane, come all the way from Japan to Mexico and fight Bermudez for the title so they can get rid of one of them belts. They mandated Tank to fight Rolly to get rid of that goddamn interim belt. And they told us that they were going to mandate the winner of Haney and Cambosos to fight Tank as part of their whole consolidation shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Tank Davis should do. He should use that belt to fight Devin. The WBA has already came out and said they want to order that fight. Well, order that shit, bro. Order that shit. And everybody talking about Tank gonna drop the belt. He's not dropping that belt, bro. He's not dropping that belt. They already asked him what belt he wanted to drop because he had the 130 super, the 135 regular, and the 140 regular. And the WBA said, yo, where you campaigning at? Yeah. Where you gonna campaign at, dog? Cause we try and get rid of belts. And he dropped his 130 belt and his 140 belt because he was gonna campaign at 135. So no, I don't agree with Devin Haney. Like I agree with talking shit though. Please keep talking shit. Keep moving the same way you was moving before you was undisputed. I love the attitude. He talking about the only fights that interest him is Lomachenko and Tank Davis. Love that shit, bro.
Wow.
Love that attitude. But nah, Devin, Tank shouldn't throw his belt away. He should use that shit to come after you. And if he don't do it, we on his helmet. We on his helmet. Like you like at the end of the day, bro, he gonna have to try to fight Devin, bro, because that's the fight he said he wanted. And I see what coach is saying. I just wish we would hold people to their word. That man Tank Davis said, look, bro, I want to fight Devin. If you win, I won't fight you next. So I'm holding him to that shit to try to go get the fight. Promotions be damn. Promotions don't matter if they mandate the fight. All that shit don't matter if they get the fight mandated. So I don't care about none of that shit. I just want to see the fight. Now, if Devin end up fighting Lomachenko, then I'm cool with that too. I would love to see that fight. Like as a Tank fan, I'm not gonna be mad if Devin fight Lomachenko. In the meantime, Tank need to fight a good fight. But Devin is moving correctly. He's saying all the right things, and he behaving the same way that he did before he became undisputed champion. So it is what it is, bro. I'm all for that shit. Like I'm with it. I'm with all the smoke for these fighters. And the last thing that I want to say about the whole situation is, bro, I don't want to see Devin Haney fight Cambosos. Okay, I don't want to see the rematch. But if Cambosos exercises rematch, we all gotta say that Devin should go ahead and take the fight, bro. Don't nobody be talking about he should move around and try to do this and try to do that, because I guarantee you that 100% of y'all was telling Tyson Fury that he need to honor his contract and fight Deontay Wilder. So we gotta keep that same energy, bro. We gotta be telling Devin Haney to honor his word. He signed for that shit. He gave his word that he was gonna do that shit. So I'm gonna push for that fight if George Kambosos does indeed invoke his damn rematch clause to get his ass whooped again. You know what I'm saying? Coach, you just hoping that, bro. Because you really don't want your boy in there with him. You just hoping that shit, bro. You just hope you don't want Devin in there with Tank, bro. Y'all really don't want that. I know y'all don't. And we can bet on it like we always do. It's cool, whatever. But I don't want to see Cambosa. So if I can get Loma versus Devin, which I think is more realistic because they under the same promotional banner right now, or if I can get Tank versus Devin, I'm all for it, bro. I'm all for it. So shout out to Devin Haney for continuing to move the right way.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. All right. Okay. You got anything else on that kind?
Um,
Go over.
Let me think, man.
Okay.
Oh man, just real quick, what you think of all this shit Oscar De La Hoya been talking about, man? He say he said he gonna sell Golden Boy for $1 billion. We already talked about him talking about Al Heyman blocking fights. You know what I'm saying? He said that he won't make a multi-million-dollar offer to Tank Davis to fight Ryan Garcia. What's up with Oscar, bro?
You know
Like
what?
is he back on the brick? Like what's going on with him, bro?
You know what? I don't know what's going on with Oscar right now. He's trying to make fights and he don't make them, and he's trying to boost Ryan Garcia up to something that he's not. And we're gonna see when he fight Fortuna if he shows up. So Oscar is in a bad place right now. I think Golden Boy is in a bad place right now because right now Golden Boy is dependent strictly 100% on the zone. They are waiting on the zone, and the zone is pretty much taking care of Golden Boy. So that's why he pushing so hard for every fight to be on that platform. And look, don't get it twisted. The zone is struggling too. Nobody's buying that app right now. Matter of fact, they went up from $99 to $139 for a year. You know, so no one's buying that app because
And they got pay-per-views and shit. So you
right.
can buy this shit for the year and then still for the good fights have to pay extra.
Exactly, and that's just ludicrous. Because see, one thing about it is the zone and Eddie Hearn. Now, Leonard Ellerby, he is right about one thing. Eddie Hearn didn't know what he was doing. He didn't know the market very well over here in the United States. Now, I get it. You know, some countries like soccer, they like darts, they like what's that, snookers or whatever that is. You know, but we are pretty much in tune with baseball, football, basketball, and boxing. All right, that's our platform. That's what we like over here in this country. And he didn't present that to us in a package of the zone. Now, the zone is all over the world. Yes, it is. But they are small. They're not like the United States, put it that way. So, but now, they got Golden Boy dependent on them. No, they had Golden Boy. Now Oscar, he said he is worth billions of dollars. I don't think it's worth that much.
Hell no.
No, I don't think Golden Boy is worth that much. Cause keep in mind, knockout. A lot of PBC fighters used to fight on Golden Boy. Then they left and went to
And
Al
they
Haymon.
live and went to Al. Yeah, he got like 4 fighters like that's really valuable in his stable. He ain't got nobody, and they ain't even
Right.
stars like that. He got Zerto, Jaime, Ryan, and Victor and Virgil Ortiz, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Those are
Yeah.
his only stars, and they bring in revenue, but shit, $1 billion, man, you crazy as hell.
That's what I said. $1 billion? No, it's not worth that much.
I
So
think he just need to and he like one of them. He focused on everything else. Like 1 minute he want to make big fights. 1 minute he want to 1 minute he want to sell the company. The next minute he want to make an offer to a fighter that ain't probably ever gonna sign with him and shit. Like he just all over the place, bro. Like at the end of the
right.
day, stop worrying about other people fighters and Tank Davis. Stop worrying about like if you're gonna sell your company, sell your company. Just focus on yourself, bro. Focus on your company and quit worrying about everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like what I'm hearing from him, bro, because he got fighters that I want to see fight that I think highly of, and with him running their career, we ain't never gonna see him in the type of situation that we want to see him in. Like, what if I ain't saying he can and can't, but what if Jaime Munguia would have fought Jamal and beat him?
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What if Zerto, instead of trying to go for 50-0, Zerto like 44-0 now? What if you would have put Zerto in there with some smoke at 168 pounds? Now he at 175, still ain't got no real smoke. Like, bro, like,
wow.
Go get these fighters fights. The only one that's halfway moving good is Virgil Ortiz. He's the only one that's been moved, you know what I'm saying, fighting good fights, stepping up to competition, got a pretty good resume for a prospect. The rest of them dudes, we just looking at them sideways. Like, go give Ryan Garcia some pointers on how to cut off the ring or some shit. Like, go help your fighters be better, because right now they underperforming like a motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
So that's
Mm-hmm.
what I think of it, man. But that's really all I got, OG. I ain't got nothing, man. Great show. You know what I'm saying? We
Yes,
doing
sir.
our thing.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Neil Love said cocaine is a hell of a drug.
It
You
is,
know,
man. It is.
yeah, Oscar, for him to be the golden boy, we all seen him fight coming up in the sport of boxing. And he did a about face. And Richard Schaefer, if you go back, Richard Schaefer, who's pretty much running Pro Bellum, he ran Golden Boy at one time.
Mhm.
Austin didn't have to do anything basically but collect a check, so now Richard Schaefer is gone, and now Austin, all that has fell on his shoulders, and I think Austin can't handle it. Sometimes pressure, you might look good in the public, you might smile and everything, but the pressure getting to you,
Yep.
because you have to do things that you never had to do before on your own company, so, but but uh, I hope we get the fights we want.
Me
Now,
too, man.
now I talked about this real fast. The Bud Crawford and Terrence and Earl Spence fight.
Hmm.
A lot of people said, "Hey, man, I'm gonna give it to the end of the year, and that's it. I'm not gonna even care about it anymore and everything." But I have faith that Earl Spence wants to get this done. No, he's not a dumb. He's not going to be a dummy and just give up everything. But like I said yesterday, we have to understand this been going on since the beginning of time. Earl Spence has 3 belts. He has one, which makes him the so-called A side. And when that happens, that means that you have to get this better slice of the pie.
Hmm.
So I mean, Terrence know that.
But I
Terrence,
saw some. I saw something hopeful though. I saw something hopeful this weekend, OG. I don't know if anybody caught it, cause y'all
okay,
know again, bro. I be watching every card. It was a Showbox card this weekend. Guess
right?
who was in attendance on Showtime? And they interviewed him, put him on the camera and everything. Guess who showed up to the Showtime card, OG?
Who was that?
Terrence Bud Crawford was there, man.
Was he?
He was at the
Okay.
show. He was at a Showbox card on Showtime, and they showed his face, shouted him
What?
out and everything, put him on the screen. I mean, that's a
Okay.
lot of That's a lot of promotion, ain't it?
Okay, man.
You
No,
know what I'm
man.
saying? Hey,
That that
man.
that's very promising. Then
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is
Like
that.
I'm paying attention. I'm looking at all the tea leaves. Like, you know what
Man.
I'm saying? Like, uh,
Wow,
hey,
man.
hey.
That shit.
When first of all, when he show up to Showtime fights, especially a Showbox card, bro.
Yeah.
The hell he
Showbox
doing at a
is
Showbox card?
showtime. I mean, Showbox
Yeah.
is showtime, man.
And
Uh,
if he fight Earl Spence's last fight was on Showtime pay per view, so odds are it'd probably be on Showtime pay per view
right.
if he
'Cause he
fought
don't have a
Earl again.
platform. Right. He
If he
don't have
fought
a
Earl,
platform.
yeah. So him showing up like that, the platform and shit. Like
Ooh,
I
we.
think the fight done. They just ain't telling us, y'all. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Like I think the fight is done, bro.
Well,
Like
yeah.
we just waiting on it to be announced, and
Uh-huh.
that's where I'm at with it until proven otherwise. I think they want to fight
Right.
each other. And to answer one of the brothers, I forgot his name. It scrolled up on us. You ain't got to scroll up, but he asked about is Rashidi Ellis signed the Golden Boy? Nah, he signed the PBC. He
Okay.
left Golden Boy. He with the PBC now. So they got them another good welterweight they can put in there. So
Mhm,
that's where he at now. But yeah, man. For me, OG, my
mhm,
last words, man. I appreciate you as always. You know what I'm saying? Rocking
mhm.
out with me. Thanks for always supporting me. It's been a great Sunday show again. And if y'all want to find me live, I'm live every Wednesday night and Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. Central Time, and also live every Sunday morning with KQKC, the Singing OG, at 9 a.m. And then we drop videos on our channel daily, so y'all be sure to check those out as well. And OG, man, I appreciate you, bro.
Hey man, I appreciate you, man, and for you all don't know, knockout, the prediction king. He got all his picks right this week, and he's doing his thing. He's doing his studying, and he has a fire prediction show on Thursday nights, and he also is live on Wednesday nights.
Yes,
So I
sir.
mean, yes, I mean he's doing his thing, and it's not easy to study these fights, because it takes time. It takes time out, and I appreciate Mrs. Knockout Boxing for allowing you to study these fights so you can present them to us. So I thank you for that,
Appreciate that, man.
and
Yeah, for
I
sure.
appreciate you. All right, and with that, I am KQKC Boxing Network, and I come on Monday. through Friday. And that's 12:30 p.m. Central Time. And we have a call-in show sometimes during the week and definitely on Saturday mornings. If there's a fight on Saturday night, I am your guy. I will be calling that fight. And like this weekend, we got none other than Benavides and Joe Smith Jr. So I
Mhm.
will be on point with that one on ESPN. And with that, that's all I have. We will see y'all next week. Same time, same, well, no, a different place. We'll be on Knockout Boxing platform. So
Yeah,
if you
y'all come holler at us over there, man. We'll be there live on my channel at the same time. We alternate every week, so y'all subscribe to KQKC. It's over 200 people in here right now. Hit the like button on your way out, and
yes,
y'all
sir.
be sure to go subscribe to me too if you have a chance, man. We trying to do good work over there.
All right. So with that, that's all I have. And shout out to everybody that came in, and thank everybody for coming in last night. We had a good night. I mean, a long night, but it was a good night of boxing. So we're gonna do it again this coming up weekend. So with that,
Sure.
I'm out of here, and I will catch y'all on next. Y'all have a good evening, and take your love over to Stormy B. Man. He will be coming up with the call-in show. All right. So with that, we out of here. Peace
Peace
and
out,
love.
y'all. Y'all
All
enjoy
right.
y'all Sunday.
Yes, sir. All right. Later.